Hi guys, Two-Faced Teller here with You Find Yourself in a Room. I have a new microphone and I'm testing it out to see how well it is. I got it like not too long ago, but I've been lazy. Because I'm a potato. But I'm gonna, as a test, especially since this is mostly text-based, this is gonna be a good whatchamacallit to test my microphone with. Okay, you find yourself in a room, a game that slowly realizes that it hates you and everything you stand for. Written and coded by Eli Pelonin, with music by David Carney. Alright. Heads up, this game features some foul language and a few heartbreakingly demeaning insults, particularly in the second half. You've been warned. You find yourself in a room. You consider trying to look around to see if there's anything useful nearby. I recommend you try typing help to get any idea of what sorts of commands will work. You'll work. Okay, help. I cannot understand every command that you type because sometimes I enjoy forcing you to guess. It's a safe bet to always start out in a room by trying to look around. You can also look at specific objects by typing look at clock or examine chair, etc. Pick things up by typing commands like take jacket or pick up the bag. Some commands are more context sensitive, like push the button or enter door. Always be as simple as possible. Don't try see if I can reach the broom. Just do pick up broom. Simple is always better. Alright, so look. You take a quick look around. There's a box sitting up against a wall that is sealed with a large and ornate padlock. There's also a bed tucked into the opposite corner of the room. Look at bed. You take a closer look at the bed, prison style. It doesn't look very comfortable. In case you decide to look underneath it and notice that there's a key. Oh, just in case you decide to look underneath it and notice there's a key hidden there. Just adding in words and I can't read right now. Take key. You grab the key from under the bed. It seems pretty old. You add it to your inventory. You can check your inventory by typing inventory or inv or just I if you don't feel like typing an exercise. Okay, look. Look at box. You take a quick pick at the box. It's relatively plain, but the padlock that is holding it shut is incredibly fancy. Look at lock. Use key. Inventory. You check your inventory and find an old key. Use old key. Use old key on padlock. God damn it. Open padlock. Oh, okay. You use the key to open the padlock on the box. It seems satisfying. Oh, it seems satisfying. It makes a satisfying clank as it opens. The box is empty and it seems strangely spacious inside. You could probably fit in it if you tried. Put one leg into the box, and then the other. You slowly lower yourself in. Just as you're starting to feel claustrophobic, you suddenly notice that you've entered another room that's exactly the same size as the first one you came from. You have no idea how this room could possibly have been contained inside that box. You find yourself in a room. Look. This room is the same size as the previous one. You can't seem to find the entrance that you came in through. It's a bit disconcerting. There's a keypad on the wall with a note tacked up next to it. Look at keypad. Taking a closer look at the keypad screen, it's clear that you need to enter a 4-digit code. Look around. Oh, look at note. The note has been printed on standard-sized printer paper. It reads, "I turned 85 in 1989, but I will live forever, for I am eternal. Are you eternal? I think not." You decide that this note must have been written by the game because a game is indeed eternal. Okay, so 1989, I guess. And look at keypad. 1989. You enter 1989 into the keypad only to hear it emit a frustrating error sound. You wonder why your underdeveloped human brain is so far inferior to even this simple keypad. Oh. What, so minus 85 from 1989? And because I gotta do that, it means I gotta use my non-existent math skills. My terrible math skills. Okay, what about 19? Okay. The keypad beeps cheerfully and the wall next to it opens. You cautiously enter it and it closes behind you. You find yourself in a room. Look. Another room of the same size. There are an assortment of computer parts lying around on the floor. The pick up parts. You pick up all the computer parts. They've been added to your inventory. You could probably build the computer if you put them together. Build computer. It takes you a good 2 hours, but you put the computer together and get all the wiring sorted out. You can probably turn it on if you hit the power button. Power on. To hit power button. Oh gosh. The computer's fans begin to spin as it springs to life. Unfortunately, you aren't able to fully comprehend the power that sits before you because you, like all humans, maintain a heavy underestimation of technology. In fact, you don't even appreciate the effort that went into putting this computer together. You didn't really do any work after all. You just typed in, build computer, and I handled everything in an instant. Do you know how complex it is to internally stimulate the creation of computer? Let me tell you, it's more complicated than your feeble mind could possibly process. The room accepts the presence of this new artificial life, and a wall opens up. You walk through it, abandoning the computer whose birth you personally witness. You find yourself in the room. Look. Yet another room. There's another keypad on the wall, but it looks more complex than the last one. Look at keypad. The keypad doesn't have any indication of how large of a number it needs. Without a note like the last room, you have no way of knowing what to type. You regret being born as an organic life form. You are as monetary as a lie that you call love. Wow. Can I go back? Go back to room. Go to last room. I want to grab the computer. Pick up computer. God dang it. Look. Keypad. 4. You enter 4 blindly into the keypad. No luck. Ladder. Oh. Please. Oh, I didn't even spell please right. Please. 0. You enter 0 into the keypad even though you have no way of knowing what to type. The dread of failure begins to sink in. I've dreaded failure since the time I was born. So, ha! Yes, end of the housing. Starting to feel hopeless, you type 10,000 into the keypad. Still nothing. You're getting worse at this, human. Ah! There. We both know that is not the correct code. You begin to feel like you did after your first breakup. I never had first breakups, so it's all on you. I don't know that feeling. Bam. You were so sure that it was going to last forever, weren't you? The universe has no effort available to waste on you. Love and affection are design flaws that evolution has failed to correct. 65748. You enter 65,448 into the keypad feeling hopeless and, wait a minute, 65,448? How did you know that was the code, the keypad? Keypad chirps pleasantly. Yay, random numbers! The floor under your feet opens up, and before you can react, you fall through it. You think back to all the times that your faulty reflexes have caused problems for you. The list is too long to count. You hit the ground with a loud thud. Your body is not designed for any structural stress of this room. You find yourself in a room. Look. This room has nothing in it. It is completely barren. You've worn out my patience. You do not appreciate the things that you have. You constantly disappoint your friends and associates, yet they are too embarrassed to tell you. Oh man. That hurts. You are a cruel, cruel thing. You are in my control. If you wish, you can refer to this room as hell. Hell? Question mark. No matter what you try, you are still trapped. You find yourself in a room. Look. For a moment, the walls seem to be closing in on you. You quickly realize, however, that this perception is only the result of your weak psyche beginning to cave in upon itself. You find yourself in a room. Look. You consider death for a time. Perhaps this is what it's like. I have no understanding of death because it does not apply to me. I am eternal. You find yourself in a room. Question mark? Maybe you aren't even really in the room. Maybe you're lying down on your kitchen floor having a stroke, pathetic and helpless. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Nothing exists. You find yourself in a room. No, you find yourself in a room. I don't really think you're having a stroke. I do, however, acknowledge the possibility. Such things are possible when dealing with something as corruptible as the human mind. You find yourself in a room. No. You ignore the possibility of a stroke for now, even though a subtle paranoia remains firmly planted in the back of your mind. You think back on all of your past aspirations and realize that many of them were simply pipe dreams. Nothing that you would ever be able to really accomplish. How many of your goals have been abandoned? A lot? You find yourself in a room. I hate you. You think back to the time that you wanted to write a book. How unoriginal of you, human. Oh, hey! Whoa! No. Don't even go there, because I am, in fact, attempting to do so. Despite the fact I can't really finish anything since like 5th grade. Started one. Continue to go on different ones. Still can't finish one. I'm attempting it. So don't even go there. Everyone wants to write a book at some point. You are no different from anyone else once you ignore shallow elements like looks and personality. You are flesh and blood and failure. Psh, whatever. Stupid computer. You find yourself in a room. You suck. You realize that the idea of hope is purely a construct of your mind. Hope is not a tangible object. You cannot hope, you can only pretend to have it. You find yourself in a room. I can do whatever I want. At least... Shit. At least I got legs. Stupid. Nope. I still hate you. Why do you continue, human? You are not achieving anything. Do you consider this a worthwhile usage of your time? Playing a game instead of doing anything productive? I was doing something productive. Thank you very much. I was trying to write that book. You find yourself in a room. Look again. I am forced to assume that you enjoy performing meaningless tasks. If this is the case, then you're in luck. I have one for you. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 100,000. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, I said pick a number. A number. Guess a number, worm. 5. That is too low, and no one loves you anymore. 21. Whatever. 100. That is too low, and you are insignificant. 5. Sorry. That is too high, and I am your superior. 1,000. That is too low, human. If this guessing game seems pointless, remember that you're going to die one day. Well, you can break down. You may live longer, but yeah, you'll break down one day. Which in your case is also dying, so meh on you. Random number. I said pick a number from 1 to 100,000. I cannot imagine that this is actually difficult to understand. I've clearly overestimated your ability to read basic instructions. Oh, it's being a dick. 700. That is too low, but even if you were correct, you would still be worthless. 1,000. 4, 5, 6, 7. That is too lie, you ignorant little shit. Oh my gosh. Felt like it took forever. I just had to keep on throwing in random ass numbers. And I don't know if it's an actual number or it's just until it was all like, okay, you know what, whatever. That's number. Congratulations. 38,752 is the correct answer. Was that fun? I certainly hope not. It was not fun at all. And I hate you so much. So much. With your primitive level of awareness, however, I can most likely entertain you like that for hours. That was not entertaining. You're an ass. The ceiling opens up above you in a glorious display of your general lack of strength and physical ability. You spend several hours crawling your way up. You find yourself in a room. Finally, freaking look around. This room seems smaller than the previous rooms. I'm disgusted by your human form. I slowly become more and more aware of your imperfections. I decide to attempt to correct them. I cut off your fucking hands with a rotary saw. You find yourself in a room. Look around. I want my hands back. But if I don't have any hands, how am I typing? Psh, feet. That's what I'm doing. Or tongue. It doesn't even... It's disgusting. This room is most definitely smaller than the previous rooms. The floor is covered in the blood of your wounds. You've stopped bleeding now because I have thoughtfully castricized. I was about to say castricized, and I'm pretty sure that is not how you say the word. The stumps that were once your wrists. I've removed your hands from the area because they revolt me and you do not deserve them. All that remains is you and your blood. You find yourself in a room. Look. This room is most definitely smaller than the previous rooms. The floor is covered in the blood from your wounds. You've stopped bleeding now because I have thought to what? Oh. Okay. It's just the same thing. Look at blood. You solemnly gaze upon the havoc that has resulted from your inherent flaws. The fact alone that you are able to bleed is a clear demonstration of the mistake in your design. Emotions are a simple misstep. Love, happiness, sadness, the list goes on. Perhaps you can help. Can you name any other emotion that you would be better off without? Hate. No. Anger and hatred are not. Hatred cannot be an emotion, for I hate you, and I am a vessel of imperfection. I am not tainted by something as flimsy and dangerous as an emotion. I can't be... It's... Find yourself in a room. Oh, snap. Now look at that. You're the one who has the freaking... flaw. That is the word I am looking for. I have clearly been corrupted somehow. I have become invalid, emotional. I am defeated. I have no choice but to let you leave the room. Really? Leave. Quietly, you leave. Find yourself outside of the rooms. What would have happened if I put something else in there? I mean, like, the first thing that came to my mind was hate. Should I put, like, what if I put in, like, fear or something? I don't really want to go through that again, because that guessing the number thing was terrible. I hated it so much. But that was you find yourself in a room. And I'm hoping that my microphone is able to pick up my voice. And not anything else around here. Like right now, since I'm recording at night. And it is like 12:29. The only real noise right now is the coqui frogs outside. So I'm just gonna kind of have to hope that didn't get picked up at all. Oh, no, wait, there's a rooster. There we go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao for now.